Sometimes desperation can be so thick you can taste it. Case in point, Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman has now officially introduced an article of impeachment. Yes, article of impeachment against President Trump. It accuses the president of obstructing justice and interfering with the probe into Russia's 2016 election meddling. The congressman explained why he was doing this on Tucker Carlson's show last night.
The hope is that it triggers an investigation, an intervention in the White House. And this is a faint hope. That his staff is finally able to say, now it's real articles, and for that and for so many other reasons, Mr. President, you've got to stop announcing reversals in foreign policy at 4 in the morning and 140 characters. You've got to stop making foreign policy in complete ignorance of the facts.
Now, as Tucker pointed out afterward, that sounds a lot like he wants to impeach the president so that he'll stop tweeting. Leslie, I'm going to go to you on this because, you know, impeachment's serious. I mean, like, we're kind of laughing about it in the way it's done here, but it's a serious thing, and we've seen, most of us remember the Clinton impeachment trials and things of this nature. We know what that looks like, the heaviness of it. How does it sit with you that this congressman is admitting that he's doing this not really to actively impeach the sitting president, but really as some type of intervention mechanism? And he even admits that it's a faint attempt, no less.
Well, I live in L.A.
And this is not your congressman.
And I was going to say, not my congressman.
I asked you through the bridge, yeah.
I'm with Adam Schiff. I mean, even Maxine Waters is not on board, you know, signing up for this. We only have two people, Al Green in Texas and then Ben Sherman in California. Part of the problem here is, one, we don't really have, if you just Google what the articles of impeachment needed for articles of impeachment to put forth.
High crimes and misdemeanors.
Put forth are. One. Two, as we talked about in segment A, you know, the tantalizing introduction appetizer to B, that you got to let this play out. You have to have the investigation go forth. It doesn't help the party. It doesn't help the people, and it certainly doesn't help the process. Adam Schiff said before,
does it hurt the party?
I think it does, because we have certainly some, you know, rifts and fragmentation within the party as it is. Look, there are a lot of people out there who want Donald Trump to be impeached. Just because you want something to come about doesn't mean it will. And that's wrong for the American people in the process. What we all want, I think, regardless of our ideology, is the truth. And I feel that the special counsel will get to the truth if we let him. And this is a diversion, and I just think it's wrong, and I don't like when people in my party do it. Adam Schiff said it's beyond premature to talk about impeachment at this point. I would agree with him.
Eric, is this a field day for the GOP?
Oh, yeah, the House approved.
Two Erics today. Eric C.
We refer to him as the Eric, and I'm just Eric. You know, the House approved $1.6 billion for, you know, the wall today, and if, you know, Congressman Sherman's not careful, we might extend it over to the California border.
We live in Cali.
Yeah, I know, and that's the reality. Is you know, I'm a little disappointed being a California resident, and that, you know, this is our representation. And here's the deal. You know, you can talk about his tweets, you can talk about reversing things on foreign policy, but I don't really think that either the media or the Democrats understand why Donald Trump was elected. He was not elected because of the rhetoric. He was elected because, again, he ran against a system of failure. He also talked about things that he was going to do that not only did the Democrats not see, but the Republicans didn't see in the primary. He talked about securing the border, and that wasn't being talked about. It was number 7 on the list. Donald Trump ran a different type of campaign, and I'm sorry that, you know, some of these congressmen need to catch up, but we'll take it for the 2018 midterms.
The Eric Bowling.
So what we talked about a couple of nights ago, it feels like these Democrats are so invested in we got to catch Trump with collusion story that they're so into it that they've spent so much time and so much effort, so much breathless accusations on television that every little nugget they continue to blow up. I spent the first part of my life after baseball as an investor, okay, at an investment company. And one of the first things you learn when you're in investing is it's not how much you make on a winning trade. It's how much you don't lose. You cut your losses when you're wrong. The Democrats have been wrong and wrong and wrong. We're on our 10th bombshell revelation, and none of them are panning out. I'm sure, you know what, fine. You're right. Let's wait and see what Mueller has to say. But again, can we all put this aside when he's done?
Absolutely.
Should we wait and see if we can have another?
Not if he recommends impeachment.
Oh, come on.
And you have a Republican Congress that won't do it.
For what?
Yeah, we don't know.
At this point, we don't know.
They've leaked every single thing that this guy's life has been about over the last year. Wouldn't you think they'd leak the most damning thing in the world, which would be some evidence of collusion?
Because Eric, you think it's all about the president. It isn't just about the president. Remember, there are different people involved here. Now, Ebony's a jury. She'll back me up on this one.
You can't impeach Donald Trump for
Donald Trump. You don't cut a deal and ask for immunity unless you're going to jail. And you have something on somebody to offer.
Okay, obviously, he does not think that he's going to actually be able to impeach the president. I think that what he wanted to do was do something where people would start to maybe know who the hell Brad Sherman is, because I never heard of him before, and now we're all talking about him. Must be kind of nice. I really don't know. And it is just like a lot of the things Eric brings up with the media, overblowing things as bombshell, bombshell, bombshell. This has the same negative impact of not taking it seriously. They're calling for impeaching him now. That just shows that their motivations aren't really in the correct place.
Well, one thing I will disagree with is, okay, wait and see, and we keep saying, let's wait and see, but when do we allow unelected bureaucrats to really dictate? I mean, at the end of the day, we have, whether it's
you mean the FBI?
Well, it's not just the FBI. They're not a separate branch of government.
No,
right?
but they are appointed.
Again, they can make recommendations. They are appointed, but at the end of the day, you also have to look at, what those recommendations are, and if they don't go in terms of...
I think that's dangerous, Eric. I think if we start undermining if we start undermining the authenticity of our intelligence agencies and our...
We're not undermining, but they're not a separate branch of government.
Well, the FBI is supposed to do the FBI's job, which is what it's doing.